Strong people break quietly. The psychology of silent struggle and inner strength. Have you ever noticed that the strongest people are rarely the loudest? They don't post about their pain. They don't announce their struggles. Don't ask for sympathy when things fall apart. They just keep going. But here's the truth most people never talk about. Strong people don't break loudly. They break quietly. Not because they don't feel pain, but because they've learned to carry it alone today. We're diving into the psychology behind silent struggle, why emotionally strong people suffer in silence, how inner strength is often misunderstood, why breaking quietly doesn't mean breaking weak. 1. Strength often begins with suppression from a young age. Strong people learn one lesson early: handle it yourself. They're the ones others lean on, the dependable ones, the calm ones in chaos. So over time, they develop a habit of emotional suppression, not because they don't feel deeply, but because they've learned that showing pain often makes them feel like a burden. Psychologically, this creates a powerful but dangerous pattern. Strong people internalize stress instead of expressing it. They process pain privately instead of outwardly. They turn emotional discomfort into quiet endurance. On the surface, they look composed. Inside, they're carrying pressure that never gets released. And because they're so good at functioning under stress, no one notices when the weight becomes too heavy. Strength becomes their disguise. Silence becomes their survival strategy too. Silent struggle is a form of control. Here's something counterintuitive. Many strong people stay silent, not because they're helpless, but because silence gives them control. Opening up feels unpredictable. Vulnerability feels risky. Letting others see the cracks means surrendering control over how they're perceived. Psychologically, silence becomes a way to stay grounded. If I don't speak about it, it won't overwhelm me. If I keep moving, it won't catch up. If I stay quiet, I stay strong. But control has a cost. Unspoken emotions don't disappear. They settle in the body. They show up as fatigue, irritability, numbness, or sudden emotional collapse. That's why strong people often don't break slowly. They break suddenly, not with tears in public, but with burnout, emotional withdrawal, or quiet isolation. The struggle was always there. It was just hidden behind discipline and self-control. Point 3. Why strong? People feel guilty for needing help. One of the most painful psychological burdens strong people carry is guilt. Guilt for feeling weak. Guilt for needing support. Guilt for not being as strong as they're supposed to be. They built an identity around resilience. So when they struggle, their mind tells them, you shouldn't feel this way. Others have it worse. You're supposed to handle this. This creates emotional invalidation from within. They don't just suffer, they judge themselves for suffering. And that internal judgment makes silence feel safer than honesty. Because asking for help feels like failure. Admitting pain feels like weakness. Breaking quietly feels more acceptable than breaking openly. But real psychology tells us something different. Strength is not the absence of struggle. It's the capacity to remain human while facing it. Point 4. Inner strength isn't loud. It's honest. The strongest minds aren't built by constant endurance. They're built by integration. The ability to acknowledge pain without being consumed by it. True inner strength doesn't mean never breaking. It means knowing when to stop pretending you're okay. Strong people break quietly because they were taught to survive. But healing begins when survival turns into self-awareness, when silence turns into selective honesty, when control turns into trust, when strength turns inward, not as armor, but as understanding. You don't lose strength by admitting you're tired. You don't lose power by saying something hurts. You don't lose respect by letting yourself be seen. In fact, the moment you stop fighting your own humanity, that's when real strength begins. A gentle reminder for the quietly strong. If this resonates with you, hear this. You are not weak for struggling. You are not broken for feeling overwhelmed. You're not failing because you need rest, support, or space. You've been strong for a long time. Longer than most people know. Longer than you've ever acknowledged. And breaking quietly doesn't mean you're done sometimes. It's the mind asking for a different kind of strength, not endurance, But compassion, call to action CTA, if this message spoke to you. Take a moment to pause, not scroll away. Reflect, breathe. Let the silence work for you, not against you. If you want more content that explores the psychology of inner strength, emotional depth, and quiet power, subscribe to Awaken Mindset. And if someone in your life carries their struggles silently, share this with them. Sometimes the strongest people don't need advice. They just need to know they're not alone.